Hey everyone, it's Will, Gamer Dad, with another video for you. So since I have access to my friend's account just for a little while longer, I decided to play with his Hismena and just do a couple of experiments while playing with her. And my friend actually asked a really interesting question. What is the difference if you have no Grasta equipped versus having maxed Grasta equipped? And so hopefully this video will do a battle damage analysis and show you guys the difference between no elemental Grasta versus having maxed elemental Grasta. Now I'm not going to play around with the crit ones or the other ones, just strictly on the elemental ones. If you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel, I really appreciate it. I also do have a Patreon account for those who want to support me that way. So in this case we're going back to Purgatory to deal with Salamander. And so keep in mind that obviously Salamander is weak to water attacks, and we're going to use her Rosa Azul because that seems to be the most powerful attack, being that it boosts her own speed and power, and is locked in for 3 turns. So you can kind of see the difference in the ramp up of the damage. Now you can see that the first couple of hits, the first hit was like 20 something, and it kind of doubled, and then kind of doubled again. So by the third hit with her boosts and stacks, she's at about 112,000 damage for the first round of 3 hits. So let's equip Power of Current, which obviously the best one is power and speed for physical fighters, and of course for mages it would be int/speed. I mean, if you use the other ones, it'll be fine in a pinch, being that it still gives you 20% elemental boost in that element. However, obviously the speed boost is much more useful, especially during AF, as well as trying to avoid the enemies acting first before you. Now again, keep in mind that Alconectos did already add 20, and now we're adding an additional 20 with 1 Water Grasta just to see the difference. So remember the first hit around the low 20s, right? Let's see what it does now. So you can see it's about 23,000 or so. Don't disregard the critical ones because that's not a fair comparison. And now we're doing 63. So again, more than the first one by about 20 something odd damage. And remember that we were at 110,000 and now we're about 140,000. So not just about not just about 25%, but obviously it looks like it's multiplied instead of just 110,000 or so. So let's add a second 20% Water Grasta and see what we have. So realistically, if you just think about it, it should only be 20% more damage than what we saw previously. And being that this is all additive, you can clearly see that there are no diminishing returns when adding on additional elemental Grasta. That's one of the benefits of having multiple Grasta on a character instead of, for example, just using boosts or kind of like debuffs on the enemy. Although I show you that later on in this video. So again, you can see that the with 1 Grasta it was like 20 something. Now we are at 28 and 75. And my best guess is about 150,000 for this one. Nope, 165,000. So quite a bit of a ramp up in terms of damage, especially of course her Rosa Azul being her most powerful move. And of course you can follow it up beforehand with the one that allows guaranteed critical actions, which a lot of people do use. So we're going to go for the Coup de Grace now, and we're going to equip the Power of Rapid's Lance, which is a 30% extra elemental water DPS, and of course adds power too. So not only are you adding elemental damage in terms of percentage increase, either 20, 20, or 30, you do have a power increase as well. So that does modify the attack with her special attacks as well. So keep that in mind. I'm not obviously running exact numbers. I know there are formulas out there. You can probably Google them out. A lot of more sophisticated Eden players than myself have run exact numbers to see what kind of exact damage we're doing. But the takeaway so far is you can clearly see that with 3 Grasta, we're in the mid 30s to start, and then obviously in the 90s. And then let's take a look at the third hit here. We're over 200,000. So a very significant boost over, remember having no Grasta when we're only doing the low 120s? That is, like 90,000 damage more. So very, very powerful. And my friend has happened to grind out enough Bryonic proofs in order to get her specialized VC Grasta. Keep in mind that you do need 10 tomes times 3, and breaking down other 5-star tomes in order to get enough those specialized crystals in order to upgrade that. So he's done a lot of grinding in Industrial Ruins, and actually I will show you his actual account. He is a free-to-play player, this particular friend of mine. I actually introduced him to the game about a couple of months after I started, when first week of Global was out. So you'll get to see a difference in 2 different free-to-play accounts as opposed to my other friend who happens to have every character in the game. It's kind of funny because again, I'll cover this later on, but my friend, he has different problems in his free-to-play account than myself. Okay, so with the specialized full-on VC Grasta, you can see already the second hit is 100 grand, 100k damage in the second hit already. And that, remember, that's only like a 15 power difference. We didn't even use her VC, where it actually does a 2-turn 30% physical resistance debuff. Okay, so in our last example, we're going to bring around Shani here, and keep this in mind. We're going to try to apply a 25% water resistance debuff to show you the difference of not only the stacked Grasta, so all the previous 4 Grasta are fully equipped, and we're also going to have Shani's 25% water reduction. Actually, it's 30, sorry. It's 30, 15, and 15. We're going to stack that. Now, bear in mind that Shani is significantly slower than Hismena, and obviously with Hismena boosting her own speed, you won't see the full effects of the second and third hits, but you can see that with the Epic Tail stacking 2, we're already at 45% water resistance debuff, and you can see the third hit is already 330k. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.